Today I'll be showing you the best build for every single brawler in the game. If you have a brawler and you're unsure what to pick, whether it be gadget, star power, or gear, strap in, watch this video. Huge shout out to everyone who already watches my content. If you don't, after this video, consider subscribing. Let's start right off with Shelly. For her gadget, you want to use clay pigeons. Clay pigeons is really good because you can get that long range in case your opponent runs away. Next, use band-aid to get that extra health in whenever you're low. Moving on to Nita, use bear paws, it stuns your opponents. And for her star power, use Hyper Bear, so her bear can shoot faster and get rid of your opponents faster. For Colt, use Silver Bullet, so you can penetrate your opponents if they're hiding behind walls, playing Ring Around the Rosie with you. This is really easy. And for star power, use Magnum Special, so his attack speed and his range are increased by 11%. By the way, if I don't mention someone's gears, always choose speed and damage. But for Colt, use the reload. When we move on to Bull, use T-Bone Injector, so you can have easy health. This is really good in 1v1 situations. You can activate it real quick to get 1500 health. Star power, use Berserker, so when he falls below 60% health, he can reload faster at double the reload time. Instead of the speed gear, use Supercharges 10% faster. Brock's gadget, you want to use Rocket Fuel so you can get rid of walls if you need to, and it goes so much faster and does a bit more damage. For his star power, use more rockets. This is really useful in Heist if you want to get some extra damage in. Other one's okay as well, but I usually use more rockets. It's way better in my opinion. Next, for El Primo, you're usually going to want to use him in Showdown or Brawl Ball. This is for Brawl Ball. You should use Asteroid Belt, and you should use Meteor Rush for your star power so he can go faster with the ball. Use his epic gear instead of speed. For Barley, we're using Herbal Tonic so you can heal you and use Medical Use so you can heal while shooting. This is pretty useful. I use it a lot. Use Tuning Fork for Poco's gadget so he can heal for 400 health per second and his teammates. Decapo, so whenever he hits his teammates, it heals 700 health. For Rosa, you want to use her gadget Unfriendly Bushes so you can find people in bushes. Mainly use her in Showdown or a really bushy map. For star power, use Thorny Gloves so she does extra damage when she has her shield. For Jessie, you want to use Recoil Spring so Scrappy's attack speed is doubled for 5 seconds. By the way, use her in Heist. Use Shocky for the star power so Scrappy's bullets mimic Jessie's. It can kill people while hitting the safe at the same time. Make sure to use her 20% power for her gear. For Dynamite, you want to use Satchel Charge so you can stun people. This is an easy kill if you can hit your other bullets. If you don't feel like putting in the work, use Demolition, which does an extra 1000 damage for your super. Otherwise, learn how to triple or quadruple jump with his other super, Dyna Jump. Pick, use Last Hurrah so he can blow up people close to him and push them backwards. For his star power, you want to use Well Oiled so he can heal faster, which is really easy because he has really low health. After that, we have 8-Bit, use Cheat Cartridge so he can teleport back to his turret if he's ever in danger. You want to use Boosted Booster so you and your teammates have more of an advantage whenever you're fighting another team. You have extra range and boost the additional damage, which is pretty broken if you use someone like B. Use Reload Speed instead of damage gear because he's slow. For Rico, use Bouncy Castle so he can heal if he's in danger. This one did get a slight nerf, but it's still pretty good. You want to use his star power Super Bouncy so he deals extra damage when his shots bounce off walls. Make sure you get his reload speed gear. This really helps you in a match. For Daryl, you want to use Tar Barrel. I know I don't have this, but this slows opponents down for 5 seconds. For his star power, use Rolling Reload, so his reload speed is doubled whenever you use your super. It's pretty nice. Penny is a toss-up, so you can use literally any of her gadgets. Salty Barrel is a good defense. Trusty Spyglass is also good if you want to get that hit on the enemy safe. Same for star powers, you can use either or, depending on if you want a wide cone or you want 1000 damage off impact of using your super. Make sure you increase your pet power by 20 instead of speed. For Carl, you want to use Flying Hook so you can get away or towards somebody really fast. Use Protective Pirouette so you can have a shield while you're using your super. This way, if you're doing damage to a close range person, you don't die. For Jackie, use Pneumatic Booster so she can have a 20% speed for 3 seconds. This is really nice if you want to escape. Do me a favor and don't use Jackie though, she kind of sucks. She also takes no skill. Use Counter Crush so if you ever receive damage from somebody, you can return the favor and convert 30% of that damage right back to them. You can get rid of spammy people really fast with it. Make sure to charge your super 10% faster instead of speed. For Gus, use Kooky Popper so he can explode all of his ghosts and get that damage on other people. For his star power, use Health Bonanza so you and your teammates can heal 100% more. It's really nice. Moving on to Bo, our first epic, you want to use Super Totem. This places a totem down to help charge your super. Then you want to use Circling Eagle for the star power, which helps so he can see bushes a lot more. This is a really easy way to push him up to 25 or 30 if you want. Use the reload speed gear. For Ems, use Acid Spray. This is really nice if someone's playing Ring Around the Rosie with you. And you want to use Bad Karma so you can do more damage if someone's inside your super. For Stu, use Speed Zone so you and your teammates can go faster. For his star power, you can use either or. I use Zero Drag so you can increase the dash. For Piper, use Auto Aimer so you can push back enemies and slow them down. This gets the pests like Jackie away. Snappy Sniping for a super. For Pam, you want to use Pulse Modulator. This is good so you can heal your teammates really fast. For star power, use Mama's Hug. Do not use Mama's Squeeze. They have a similar name. Whenever Pam hits a shot, you and your nearby teammates heal. Sure, you increase the healing of Pam's turret by 20%. For Frank, use Irresistible Attraction so you can double the damage and bring your enemy close to you. Power grab so you can reap the essence of your enemies when you kill them. For BB, use extra sticky so you can slow down people when you use your super. Use batting stance so when you have your home run hit, you also have a shield, so you're not forced to use it. For B, use honey molasses so you can slow down people. Use honeycomb so you get a shield whenever a bee sting's active. Moving on to Nanny, use warp blast so you can detonate peep and teleport. And use autofocus so you can deal extra damage the farther your peep travels. Make sure you use his epic gear so you can charge your super 10% faster. For Edgar, you can use either one, it's personal preference. I personally use hardcore because you get that shield and your super is charging anyway. The same goes for your star powers. You can use fist cups to heal, that's what I use, or you can use hard landing if you want to deal damage when you land. Make sure to charge your super 10% faster. For Griff, you want to use piggy bank, which so you can get rid of walls and deal 1,000 damage to nearby enemies. And use business resilience, so every 2 seconds you heal 15% of your missing health. Make sure you use your reload gear too, that's really nice. Next, you want to use Grom. He has watchtower so you can see your enemies in the bushes. It does waste one shot though, but I still love it. You can use the other one if you want. I use X Factor for his star power, so that way you can get extra 30% damage at max distance. Bonnie, use Sugar Rush, so Clyde's movement speed and reload speed are increased by 30%. And use Wisdom Tooth for your star power, so you can deal extra 25% damage to nearby enemies. Don't worry, the glitch is patched. You can use supercharges 10% faster now. For Hank, he's one of the worst brawlers in the game. You want to use water balloons so you can slow down your enemies when you hit them. For star power, you want to use It's Gonna Blow. It sounds a little suspicious, but still use, so you can go faster whenever your thing's over 80%. Mortis, use Combo Spinner, so if you use all your shots, you can do an extra 1,500 damage. Use Creepy Harvest so you can get 1,000 health every time you kill somebody. Moving on to Tarek, use Support from Beyond so you can have a few people to hit the heist thing if you want. Kick Enhancer's okay. If you want to do damage, use Black Portal. If you want to heal, then use Healing Shade. And then make sure you have pet power increased by 20%. Unless I say it doesn't, all gears take place at the speed gear. Jean, use Lamp Blowout so you can push people away, restore 600 health too. And then if you want to heal even more, make sure you use Magic Cuffs so you can heal you and brawlers around you for 400 health a second. Make sure you use that extra range instead of the speed gear. Moving on to Max, use Phase Shifter, and for her star power, you want to make sure you reload faster. For Mr. P, use Portal Reinforcements, and for his star power, make sure you use all revolving doors so all roll reporters are stronger. They have 20% more health and 30% higher damage. Use the epic gear. Sprout, it's personal preference, eat a bush, or you can destroy the current hedge and recharge a new one. It gives you your super back instantly. Star power, use Overgrowth for every 5 seconds. You have a wider range of explosion whenever you use your normal attack. Make sure you charge your super instead of speed. For Byron, use Shot in the Arm, so that way you can heal yourself if you ever need it for 800 health per second. Use Malaise for the star power, so that way you have 75% less healing for your opponent. Again, Squeak is personal preference, so you can use Wind Up or Residue depending on if you want range and more damage or a slow area on the. You can use Super Sticky or Chain Reaction since it just got a buff. For Gray, use Walking Cane so you can pull enemies towards you and break walls while you're at it. For his star power, you want New Perspective so you can heal you and your allies for 1,000 health. For Willow, use Dive so that way she's immune and she can't take damage for 2 seconds. Star power is personal preference. For Doug, use Double Sausage so that way you can only heal allies but for double the amount. I only have the other one because I showed it. Then you can use Self-Service so you can heal yourself as well as your teammates whenever you shoot your shot. Moving on to the legendaries, use Life Plant so you have a 1750 health Life Plant that heals you for 1,000 health, including your team. Use Curveball so you have a way better chance of aiming and hitting your shot. Use the Mythic Gear instead of speed. For Crow, you can use Slowing Toxin if you want to slow enemies for 3 seconds, or you can have a 40% shield for 3 seconds. I use Carrying Crow because you can deal 152 damage whenever your enemies are below 50% health. Use the Mythic Gear instead of the speed. For Leon, you can use either or. Clone is good for Knockout, Bounty, and Wipeout, and Lollipop Drop is good for everything else. For the star power, you want to use Invisi-Heal because you can heal 1,000 health per second while you're invisible. Don't use his extra gear. For Sandy, use Sweet Dreams. Stuns enemies for 1 second. This did just get nerfed, it's still good. And then Healing Sands is good. For Amber, use Fire Starters. This places pretty much super on the ground and makes you go fast. Use Wild Flames so you can charge your super and use both her extra gear. For Meg, you want to use Jolting Volts so you can heal your mech whenever you need. And for star power, you want to use Force Field so that way you have a 25% shield for 10 seconds when your mech's destroyed. For Chester, use Spicy Dice so you can reroll your super if you want, and Bellamania for your force shot. Moving on to chromatics, yes, I am flexing my skin. Use Twister and Blustery Blow. For Surge, you want to use Power Shield so that way you can reload 2 shots, and use Serve Ice Cold to keep your stage 1 super. For Colette, use Nuh-Uh to deal that extra damage, picks off your enemies. Use Push It for your star power so that way you can push them back. Now we have Lou, use Cyro Syrup so you can instantly add 50% to their freeze meter. This is pretty annoying but fun. Use Hypothermia to deal 50% of the missing damage based on how frozen they are from Lou's attacks. Use supercharges 10% faster. For Colonel Ruffs, you want to use take cover so you can place 3 sandbags, and use field promotion so you can increase your player's health by 30% every second. After that, we have Bell. Use reverse polarity to get that extra range off the wall, and you can hit some insane shots. Positive feedback gives you a shield. Make sure you add in her reload gear, that helps you a ton. For Buzz, use reserve buoy so you can have an extra super. It doesn't stun though. You can run away or get near someone with this. Use Eyes Sharp to have a bigger charging area by 33%. For Ash, use Chill Pill so you can recover up to 2,500 health whenever his rage is all the way up. You want to use his star power, First Bash, so your first shot does 200% extra rage. Make sure you use this thing that charges 10% faster. For Lola, use Stunt Double so you can recover 1,000 health and get away from a fight easily. Use Improvise so you can do 30% extra damage on your last shot. Use 15% faster reload as well. Moving on to one of my favorite people, Fang, use Roundhouse Kick to get a good combo in, and Divine Soul for a shield. For Eve, use Gotta Go to jump and spawn a hatchling, and for your star power, use Happy Surprise, so every 5 seconds, the largest egg will spawn a hatchling. Use her reload speed and her extra Eve sprout. For Janet, use Drop the Base to prevent your enemies from healing and seeing where they are in bush. Use Vocal Warm Up to focus your attack 30% faster. For Otis, use Fat Splatter so you can have a poison similar to Barley's or Willow's. Stencil Glue so you can do more damage whenever Syl is on somebody. Make sure to charge your super 10% faster. For Sam, use Magnetic Field so your Knuckle Busters can pull people towards you. For Star Power, use Hardy Recovery so you can recover 20% of missing health when recalling your super. For Buster, you're going to want to use Slow-Mo Replay so you can pull people towards you. At this point, this is the one time you're allowed to tap fire. Use Blockbuster so you get 15% less damage dealt to you. For Mandy, use Caramelize so you can slow down enemies whenever you use this and hit them. For Star Power, use In My Sights so you hit with 20% more speed when focused. If you're going to RT, use Hack so you can get that extra damage whenever you need. And use Recording so you take 20% less damage when split. After that, we have Maisie. Use Disengage. This has got a buff. Now you move forward instead of backward. Use Tremors so you can slow down enemies whenever you hit them with your super. And last but not least, use Cordelius' Poison Mushroom for your gadget. And for Star Power, it's personal preference. I use Combo Shrooms. You can use Mushroom Kingdom. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. It means a ton. If you could like and subscribe too, that would also mean a ton. Help this video blow up, please. And comment what you want to see out of me. Peace.